So here, oh man, look at this. This is an interesting game. Bayard ranked sprint action, ranked action. Look at this. Battleship cruisers. No DDs. So what do we have to deal with? North Carolina, Massachusetts, Bismarck, then Baltimore, Eddie, Bayard, Otago versus Otago, Bayard, Eddie, Cleveland. Almost identical. Then Vladi, Tirpitz, Bama. I actually give their battleships the advantage because they have obviously the one Russian battleship. But Grunty in the Bayard, actually a very fun ship. A very fun ship. He is going to A cap from the looks of it. Somebody said, I'll go A, I guess. Then Grunty said, I'll go. I'm the fastest. So he's going to go there. It seems like everyone's going to kind of leave C cap. So, really radar doesn't mean too much. Looks like everybody's going A cap. So there's right off the start, there's two ways that you're going to be able to basically play the Bayard in this, and you want to be open water. What we're going to do is you're going to either want to go here and kind of hold down this side. Ideally, you want to go here though, because you want this freedom. You want to be using this freedom to work on stuff. You're fast, you can get there, and you want to either work A down to B cap while firing at these guys, or you want to kind of hold this. They have an Otago. Like, the perfect scenario would have been Otago holding down the side, and then Baltimore probably holding this, kind of like clan battles would. You tend to have something with radar holding down a side, which would radar then the entire C cap, and then something with long torps, Zao, whatever, holding that so they can't push that way. But with it being kind of destroyers, it's kind of this free roam. It's kind of a weird, it's going to play much different than it normally would. But yeah, as you see a couple people, Eddie's rotating back, Balti's rotating back. It is ranked sprint, so you can't really like trust too much of what people will make as normal scenarios. Also, it'll be really interesting to see how passive people play, because when certain people need to do certain things because it is a destroyerless game, Grunty's really checking out. He's like, oh, was ist das camouflage? But you're waiting for, you basically have to face check somebody with surface spotting. With Otagos being the stealthiest of ships, kind of gotta wait. So he could guarantee A cap or just open up. Doesn't really matter. He has one of two battleships. Something's capping B cap, could be anything at this point, and he probably doesn't have priority target. So it's a little interesting. You'd want to get. See, I think in situations like this, priority target's really good because it's going to show you how many ships. Only three of 7 ships are spotted. You'd want to know. You'd want to know like how many ships are potentially on B cap. You can't get that down priority target. So right now he's waiting for the. I assume pop the reap. He fat fingered his heel. happens to everyone. And he did the repair, even though it is a Vladi. He can really pump out a lot of damage. He's still got like a 30-second window or whatever it is. And there's the repair, and he's given up already. All right, well that's basically a free kill then. You see this a lot. It's almost like people just give up. They can't hit cruisers. Bayard's really tough to hit. He doesn't have double rudder. He obviously has concealment expert because his detection is fairly low. And yeah, this is basically a free kill. So you sadly see this a lot when it comes to rank sprint, just because the average play of rank sprint is much lower. You wouldn't see this typically in a lot of the later ranked battles, but it is okay. And right now it's Turpin's pushing up that way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still missing one. Otago. Wait, do they have a Bayard? They do have a Bayard, so that's the one they're missing right now. So it's Bayard and Otago on this side. Really, this guy should push. This Otago should push. Instead he's just lobbying widespread torps. So that means the Bayard's shooting. You get a lot of information from incoming fire alert. I highly recommend it for French cruisers. And really, I think you finish off this battleship in the middle and you rotate back. There's no real need to kind of push. You can get a little bit aggressive, get that kill on the Vladi, and then get that kill on the Eddie, and you kind of just win that cap. Let that guy play passive. Who cares? He's going to achieve nothing. They're about to be down a ship, and he can't get that ship back. So far, just some damage farming. And kind of just, I guess, a good example of like what to look for. Rank sprint action happening. So what did they lose? They lost their Eddie, and then their Turpits YOLO'd, so that's never good. But they do have the Massachusetts as well as the NorCal left. Little scary with the Turpits, though. Little scary with the Turpits. And the YOLOing Bismarck is like, why didn't everyone YOLO with me? I thought the play was YOLO. But no one's like, no. And now our Massachusetts is like, yeah, that is our play. And he's going to push up and YOLO this. So they got to hope. It's kind of scary because that side of the map, that North Carolina, that Baltimore, all that kind of stuff, they have to push away from that Turpits. That's how much of an impact that Turpits can have. Now, is the Turpits better than the North Carolina? No, but you just can't give free damage away, so you really have to kind of kite away from it. I would probably reload booster here. There you go.
Engine boost activated.
Choose a Turpits over a North Carolina. In this scenario, you would. Overall, I mean, the North Carolina is a better ship. But in this scenario, he gets to push around this corner. And, you know, the scariest ship within 6 kilometers is probably a Turpits. So he rounded that corner. The North Carolina obviously didn't kite away. He probably took 2 or 3 Citadels there and is down to 20k instantly. So Turpits is learning the situation correctly. The down part about French cruisers is, as we played them today on stream, they are just a slow burn. It takes a while to kill stuff. Stuff dies, but it takes a while. So to push through, luckily that Turpits does not have fire prevention. As you can tell, 2 fires on the middle. Massachusetts took down the Bayard, which is great. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen. So Bayard's dead. That's a huge relief. So the Otago could actually go B cap. I'd probably talk to the Otago and say, hey, go B cap. When it comes to rank sprint, you kind of got to be a little bit, got to fill some people in. broke the torps. He's trying to get like maybe a nice. Oh, he's barely getting spotted too. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a tough spot. They do have a little bit of health though, but they will get the other cap back. Bayard's like a tier 8 DeGrasse, yeah. So those are 9-kilometer torps. He launched them when they're about 12k, but he is heading towards them. So he's hoping that this Turpits does a hard left. A hard left. Down goes the Balti. And he's looking for a situation. So Turpits is going to avoid them all. Right now he has to go forward. He can't give this guy free damage. Every little bit of health is very, very, very important. But as I was just talking about, like, this is the worst part. He's really mad at the water there. You are just so oh no! The rank sprint has happened. The Otago was heading straight to that cap and has now turned away from it. Oh, that is just such a bummer to see. This is why people need to communicate more when they play. 100% I would have said, as I just said a minute ago, I would have asked the Otago to go cap B, and the Otago turned away from it. There, that guy's saying it now. He heard me. The Otago actually turned away from the cap. Oh, it's so sad. Now a problem that the Massachusetts is going to have is their Massachusetts is pretty low. But this is why these turrets are so nasty. They're so nasty.
The ship is on fire.
So many secondaries.
Problem solved, sir.
Bayard's a very strong ship. It's very fun. Very fun ship. It's a very fun ship. It's a little goofy looking. Be quite strong. So the thing with something like a Tirpitz or a Massachusetts or a Bismarck is when you kind of get late game, you really need to not let them get close enough. As he's in the secondary zone right now, you need to get out of that zone because they're not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to add up over time. It's just going to kind of scratch you to death, and you don't want to give a battleship like this that can get a random citadel or yada yada, just 2 pens, 3 pens on a salvo. If you're giving them, you know, a couple thousand extra damage here or there, it's going to add up a lot when you only have 37.5 and you're 2/3 already. So he's pretty lucky right now that this guy doesn't have fire prevention. He's able to cut through this life a little bit faster. There's triple fire too. There's witherer. So pretty easy. Tirpitz made it easy on him. Tirpitz made it easy on him. And what he's probably going to start doing now is... I would have actually gone the other way. He can actually use these too. So, using this little spot here and this little spot here. The Tago that turned away is now going to YOLO into them. Probably going to try to get torps off, because if you have torps in an Atago, no matter what, you got to get them off. And the Atago goes down to 191 damage, 191 life. But hey, at least he got those torps off. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. So they have 2 caps. It is ranked, so 250. I actually think they still win. They still win off caps by a little bit, but they both can't die. They lock in a kill. It's much easier. Also, the Alabama/Cleveland's going to stop B cap.
Engine boost activated.
So they pretty much need to kill. After this point, Tago's a pretty good target, but having 18k. And Alabama versus Mass. Mass is a pretty good spot right now. Mass is a good ship, and he's protecting himself. Very scary. Very, very, very scary. He is oh so lucky. Oh, the Atago isn't even aiming at him. Oh my god. Oh my god, not even aiming at him. Spotted for that long. Gonna take no damage for it. Again, it is rank sprint. It is rank sprint.
Torpedoes direct front.
Oh, that's why. That's why. Well, that basically locks it in. Alabama get lucky here. Too busy torping Mass? No. Remember, as I said, remember, as we saw with that Atago right before, if you are an Atago, no matter what, you have to get your torps off. So, kill this Alabama. Cleveland can't do anything. You lock in the win. As long as you don't get one shot here, the Massachusetts can probably trade. He's trying to stop this cap. I don't think it's quite even needed. Yeah, I'm in the Mass just going around the corner.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, like, he didn't quite need to get the reset, but it makes it look cooler. It makes it look cooler. and he was able to get the win. So got pretty lucky. Got pretty lucky that look at that leet credit earning right there. So fantastic ship. It's good. Did the job, and we saw some goofiness that is ranked sprint. So we saw a couple of goobers in the Tagos. Goobers and Octagos make our life go round. But overall, a very fun ship. Kind of played it pretty well, focused on the right stuff, and took in the win, a bunch of damage. GG's.